Hi, everyone, and welcome to A+ English. I'm Erin.
And I'm Elsie.
Do you want to know a fun fact, Elsie?
Sure, I love fun fact.
It's about the computer mouse. You can probably guess that the computer mouse is named a mouse because...
Let me guess, 滑鼠为什么叫 mouse? 因为它长得像真正的老鼠吧 Because it looks like a real mouse.
That's right. That's not my fact, though.
不是原因? Really? Then what is it?
Well, you know that the plural of mouse, the animal, is mice, right?
Yes, 单数一只老鼠 one mouse, 复数两只以上就是 mice.
Well, the plural of mouse for the computer is actually mouses.
What? 滑鼠的复数是 mouses. So I can say there are 2 mouses plugged into my computer.
You can, though most people don't know this, and they usually just say mice instead.
Thanks for that interesting fact.
Okay, well, we're going to learn another interesting computer fact in today's article. Are you ready?
I sure am.
Okay.
A+ Encyclopedia. Looking for letters. 请在美句朗读后一起跟着念哦 Let's go!
Hello and welcome to the show. Today we're going to talk about the keyboard. The question of the day is, why don't the letters on a computer keyboard go from A to Z? A. To make people type more slowly. B. To make people use both hands when they type. C. To help people type more quickly. Do you have the answer in mind? Now the answer is A. To make people type more slowly. Christopher Latham Scholes invented the typewriter. And the QWERTY keyboard in the 1870s. Why didn't he put the letters in order from A to Z? It's because he wanted people to type slowly. It doesn't make sense today. However, people used typewriters a long time ago. The typewriters had bars with letters on them. The bars went from A to Z, so people could type quickly. If people typed too fast, The bars often got stuck, though. Scholes mixed up the letters to fix this problem. It was harder for people to remember the order. Although most people don't use typewriters today, they still use QWERTY keyboards. Letter. Letter. My name is short. There are only 3 letters in it. My name is short. There are only 3 letters in it. Type. Type. Type, typed, typed. Jill typed a message on her phone and sent it to her friend. Jill typed a message on her phone and sent it to her friend. Invent. Invent. The Chinese invented the umbrella thousands of years ago. The Chinese invented the umbrella thousands of years ago. Mix up. Mix up. Someone mixed up all the cups on the table, so now I can't find mine. Someone mixed up all the cups on the table, so now I can't find mine.
Today's encyclopedia article starts out with a question like always. It says, why don't the letters on a computer keyboard go from A to Z?
今天 Encyclopedia 的问题是，为什么电脑键盘上的字母不是按顺序由 A 排列到 Z？I've never wondered why before, 但一看到这个问题，对耶，为什么呢？由 A 排到 Z 不是比较方便吗？
I've never wondered why before either, actually. So I can say I did learn something with this article.
Right, me too.
Well, we also have to learn our first word power word in that sentence. Letter is a noun and it's spelled L-E-T-T-E-R, letter. Here, letter is talking about the signs we use in English to write the alphabet. In the English alphabet, there are 26 letters that we use to make words. In an example sentence, we could say, my name is short. There are only 3 letters in it. Let's say that one more time. My name is short. There are only 3 letters in it.
Letter 在文章中指的是字母。例句说到呢，我的名字很短，只有3个字母。那我们来比较一下字母跟字的不同哦。A letter 一个字母可以是 A 或者是 B 或者是 C 等等的。那如果呢我们要说一个字它是 a word， Apple is a word， Apple 是一个字， Encyclopedia 也是一个字。那另外呢 letter 也可以当信件来解释。I got a letter from my friend in England this morning. 我今天早上得到从我在英国居住的朋友传来的信。
I have a question. Do you have a favorite letter, Elsie?
我有没有喜欢的字母呢？ No, I don't have a favorite one. What's yours?
I think mine is the letter R.
Why?
I like the way it sounds.
R.
It has a good sound. Okay, but let's get back to the article. We also use the word keyboard in that sentence.
OK, keyboard 它是由 key 加上 board 组成的字。那 key 我们学过啊，是钥匙。不过呢，它有打字机、电脑键盘或乐器上的按键的意思。那 board 是板子，所以组合在一起 keyboard 就是键盘。So why don't the letters on a computer keyboard go from A to Z?
Still a good question. Why don't they? I think that would be easier to remember.
Me too. What answers do we have to choose from?
Okay, here's answer A. To make people type more slowly.
让人打字可以更慢。
Now, here we saw the word type, which is an important word for our article today. Type is a verb, and it's spelled T-Y-P-E, type. When you type, you write something on a computer or typewriter. You do this by pressing down the buttons on the keyboard. We use write to talk about pens and pencils, and type to talk about keyboards. For example, Jill typed a message on her phone and sent it to her friend. Jill typed a message on her phone and sent it to her friend.Type
是动词打字的意思，那过去式、过去分词规则变化，字尾加 d 就可以咯。不过记得我们要念作 typed。那例句说到呢 Jill 在她的手机上打入一则讯息，并且传送给她的朋友。另外 type 也可以当名词来解释，代表的是种类。For example, there are so many types of flowers, I don't know which type she likes. 有好多种类的花，我不知道她到底喜欢哪一种。So what's another choice, Erin?
Okay, well, here's answer B. To make people use both hands when they type.
让人家利用双手打字。And the last choice?
Well, here's answer C. Answer C is to help people type more quickly.
帮助人们打字更快速。
Okay, I'll go over these answers again. Why don't the letters on a keyboard go from A to Z? Our answers are to make people type more slowly.
让人打字更慢。
To make people use both hands to type.
让人用双手打字。
Or to help people type more quickly.
还是让人打字更快 What's the answer?
Let's check the answer now. The article tells us that the answer is A, to make people type more slowly.
什么？答案竟然是 A, 让人打字更慢。
Now, I wonder why someone would want people to type slowly. That seems silly to me.
Right? Let's find out why in the article.
Okay, here it says, Christopher Latham Scholes invented the typewriter and the QWERTY, Q-W-E-R-T-Y, QWERTY keyboard in the 1870s.
在1870年代呢 Christopher Latham Scholes 发明了打字机和 QWERTY 键盘。
Okay, now first in that sentence, we're going to talk about the word invent. Invent is a verb, and it's spelled I-N-V-E-N-T, invent. Now, when you invent something, you make, design, or think of a new type of machine or product. This is not the same as discover, which means you find something new that already exists.Now, in an example sentence, we could say, the Chinese invented the umbrella thousands of years ago. One more time. The Chinese invented the umbrella thousands of years ago.
Invent 是动作发明的意思，那过去式、过去分词字尾加 ed 我们念作 invented。那例句说到呢，好几千年前中国人发明了雨伞。那我们说发明家该怎么表示呢？我们就在 invent 的字尾加上 or 念作 inventor。那发明出来的东西我们称作 invention， 也就是在 invent 的字尾加 ion invention。Okay,
so Christopher Scholes made the typewriter. Now, many of our students might be too young to remember typewriters. A typewriter is like a computer keyboard that you can use to type things on paper. It doesn't have a screen. You just put the paper right in it and start typing.
Typewriter 就是打字机的意思，现在真的很少看见 typewriters.
Okay, now we also talked about the QWERTY keyboard. We call the keyboard QWERTY because those are the letters at the top of the keyboard.
哦，原来如此啊！这种呢，我们现在也在使用的键盘，之所以叫做 QWERTY keyboard 快提键盘，原因是呢，刚好键盘最上排的英文字母顺序是 QWERTY。同学们，等一下可以赶快看一下。
Okay, so he invented all these things in the 1870s.
In the 1870s 代表的是在1870年代。那表达年代的方式呢，我们前面要加一个介系词 in， 后面加上 the， 最后像1870年代代表的是从1870到1879，所以我们要说的是 1870s， 最后还要再加上一个 s。Okay,
thank you, Elsie. All right, here's our question again. The article says, why didn't he put the letters in order from A to Z?
为什么不把字母以 A 到 Z 的顺序排出呢？ Order 它这边当名词是顺序的意思， In order 代表的是按照顺序。
Okay, well, of course, we already know the answer, which the article tells us again here. It says, it's because he wanted people to type slowly.
我们知道答案是因为他想让人打字慢一些 but why?
Well, if this seems silly to you, you're not alone. The article also says it doesn't make sense today.
在今天啊，这样的想法实在没有道理。All of us want to type faster. When something doesn't make sense, 代表这件事情是不合常理的，不符道理的。
Well, so if something makes sense, it has a clear, easy-to-understand meaning, right?
Yep.
But the QWERTY keyboard doesn't make sense now. It did before, though. The article tells us, however, people used typewriters a long time ago.
然而呢，在很久以前，人们用的是打字机 typewriters.
Of course, we already know that's true. They were around in the 1870s. Here's something interesting about the way typewriters were made, though. The article tells us the typewriters had bars with letters on them.
打字机上面有条状物，条状物上面有字母。那这边所谓的条状物，也就是那一根机械杆。那我们看到 with 这个介系词解释为有的意思。With letters on them, them 指的是 bars， 也就是打字机上的机械杆。
So on the keyboard, each letter was connected to a long bar. That long bar could reach the paper where you wanted to type.
所以机械杆呢连接纸张，敲击按键之后呢，字母可以在纸上印出来。
Now, at first, the typewriters didn't have the QWERTY keyboard. The article tells us the bars went from A to Z so people could type quickly.
一开始呢，机械杆上的字母啊是以 A 到 Z 的顺序排列，所以人们可以打得很快。
Now, people already know the A to Z order. So do you guys, I think. So they could really type fast. There was a problem with this, though. The article tells us if people typed too fast, the bars often got stuck, though.
但是呢，这却有一个问题，如果打字打得太快，机械杆就会卡住。
Now, this makes sense. The bars were long, and sometimes if they moved too fast, they could stop moving at all. If you can't move the bars at all, you can't type.
That's why the article says the bars often got stuck, 也就是卡住的意思。
Okay, so that's why Scholes invented the QWERTY keyboard. The article tells us Scholes mixed up the letters to fix this problem.
Scholes 将这些字母啊全部混在一起来解决这个问题。
Now, our last word power word is actually two words. It's the phrase mix up. The words are spelled M-I-X, mix, U-P, up, mix up. Now, when you mix something up, you change its order. Sometimes this happens by accident. You might mix up two people's names and be very embarrassed. That didn't happen here, though. Scholes wanted to change the letters' order. In an example sentence, we could say, someone mixed up all the cups on the table, so now I can't find mine. One more time. Someone mixed up all the cups on the table, so now I can't find mine.Mix
up 这个动词片语的意思是弄乱或者是弄混。那例句上说呢，某人把桌上的杯子都弄乱了，现在找都找不到我的。那我们这边看到 mix up 可以是不小心的或者是刻意的，就像是我们文章当中这个发明家，他就是刻意把字母弄乱。
Okay, well, let's also talk about the verb fix, too.
Fix 有两个意思哦。第一个呢，它当解决，也就是 solve 来解释。To fix a problem 也就是 to solve a problem 解决问题。那第二个呢 fix 的意思是修理，也就是 repair。我们可以说啊 to repair a car 或者是 to fix a car 修理车子。
Okay, so here's what happened when Scholes changed the order. The article says, it was harder for people to remember the order.
如果呢把这些顺序弄混之后啊，让人更难记得键盘上面的顺序。
And because they couldn't remember the order as well, they typed more slowly.
So his plan worked.
Yep, and we kept the QWERTY keyboard. The article says, although most people don't use typewriters today, they still use QWERTY keyboards.
虽然呢我们现在不用打字机，但是还是沿用 QWERTY keyboards 快提键盘。But why do we still use this keyboard if we don't use typewriters?
Good question. I think it's because it would take too long for people to learn a new keyboard again. I know how to type really quickly on a QWERTY keyboard now, and if I had to change, I would type very slowly, and that would make me mad.
没错，现在大家都很熟悉快提键盘上面的字母顺序了，所以真的要换，还真的是会打得很慢。Okay, now let's go to today's Magic Box 找亮点. But remember to stay tuned for our review time coming up next.
Magic Box 找亮点。
Welcome to today's Magic Box. I'm Emily. 今天呢，要和大家来解释一下英文当中一些年份还有年纪的说法。首先呢，我们在课文里面看到了这个用法 In the 1870s 这里的 1870 后面为什么再加一个 s 呢？原来呢，这里是在表示一个年代的区间，意思就是19世纪的70年代，以10年做一个单位，前面再加上基数。那英文的读法就跟我们在讲一般的年份一样，将数字两个一起念，先念前面的 18， 再念后面的 70s。而且啊，这跟我们平常在表示在某年的时候会用介系词 in 什么什么年份，别忘了在表示在某个年代的时候呢，也要与介系词 in 还有定冠词 the 搭配使用哦。所以呢，我们会说 in the 1870s。复习一下，那如果要说1960年代呢？没错，就是念作 1960s。不过啊，有时候呢，你会想要表达的更精准一点。毕竟说1960年代，这当中可是有10年耶。那这时候呢，我们就会在前方加上 early 早期 mid 中期 late 末期，来将这10年做一个切割。例如呢 The Beatles started in the early 1960s。乐团披头士呢是在1960年代早期成立的。另外呢，如果是在指20世纪的某个年代，我们有时候呢会省略念出前面的 19， 所以呢 1960 1960年代也会被念作 in the 60s， 可别以为没有念出前面的 19 是错的哦。那同理可证，除了年代啊，你可以用 in 加上年纪还有 s 来表示年纪的区间，指出像是20几岁、30几岁、40几岁这样的说法。只不过呢，中间会再加上所叙述的人的所有格，变成 in my, your, his, her, 20s, 30s, 40s。举个例子，大家比较好了解。My grandpa started running in his 50s。我爷爷在他50几岁的时候开始跑步。然后当然年纪也可以像年代一样，在前面加上 early, mid, late。 刚刚那个句子呢，我便可以说得更清楚一点。My grandpa started running in his mid-50s， 讲的呢就是大约53到56岁的这中间。希望大家这样有了解哦。换我考考你们，你会如何说这栋房子是在1870年代晚期建造的呢？ The answer is, this house was built in the late 1870s. 你有答对吗？
Wait for it. It's review time. 复习时间到喽。
Okay, Elsie, we're going to talk about some quick fun facts here. Are you ready?
All right, yeah.
Okay, the first fun fact is about the alphabet. A sentence that uses all 26 letters in the alphabet is called a pangram.
Pangram?
Now, here's an example. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. There's an X, a Z, a J, and a Q in that sentence, and those are the hardest letters in the English alphabet to use. They don't get used very often. Okay.
Do you have another fun fact for me?
I do. It's about inventions. Okay, so here's a really cool fun fact. Bubblegum is usually pink because the color pink was the inventor's favorite color.
哈 ，bubblegum 口香糖之所以通常是粉红色，是因为发明家的最喜欢的颜色就是 pink 粉红色。Oh, I didn't know that before.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for our fun facts today. Hopefully you guys can think of some fun facts. Go on the internet and Google. Okay, but we're going to say goodbye now. For A+ English, I'm Erin.
And I'm Elsie. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Encyclopedia. Looking for letters.
Hello and welcome to the show. Today we're going to talk about the keyboard. The question of the day is, why don't the letters on a computer keyboard go from A to Z? A, to make people type more slowly. B, to make people use both hands when they type. C, to help people type more quickly. Do you have the answer in mind? Now the answer is A, to make people type more slowly. Christopher Latham Sholes invented the typewriter and the QWERTY keyboard in the 1870s. Why didn't he put the letters in order from A to Z? It's because he wanted people to type slowly. It doesn't make sense today. However, people used typewriters a long time ago. The typewriters had bars with letters on them. The bars went from A to Z, so people could type quickly. If people typed too fast, the bars often got stuck though. Sholes mixed up the letters to fix this problem. It was harder for people to remember the order. Although most people don't use typewriters today, they still use QWERTY keyboards. Letter. Letter. My name is short. There are only 3 letters in it. My name is short. There are only 3 letters in it. Type. Type. Type, typed, typed. Jill typed a message on her phone and sent it to her friend. Jill typed a message on her phone and sent it to her friend. Invent. Invent. The Chinese invented the umbrella thousands of years ago. The Chinese invented the umbrella thousands of years ago. Mix up. Mix up. Someone mixed up all the cups on the table, so now I can't find mine. Someone mixed up all the cups on the table, so now I can't find mine.